this is framed around 80% of football players, but the reality is it's also 80% of startups, it's 80% of trust fund babies, it's 80% of individuals or situations where a lot of money's come in, and the reality is the person is not thinking long term, is not making strategic decisions in the short term for the long term, is worried about optics on the outside. Flossing is no different than buying a huge office for a startup. It's all perceptions to check the box of insecurities then manifested in bad short-term behavior at the expense of long-term upside. I hope you enjoy this, and whether you're a football player or an athlete or just somebody who's in a situation where some dollars are coming in the short term, but you're vulnerable to the macro, whether that's injuries or the global economy, be thoughtful after you're done watching this. The level of taking for granted what you're sitting on is extraordinary. The amount of businessmen and women, thought leaders, people that this place is religion to, are willing to have a conversation with you. Look at you totally different today than they will in 3 or 4 years. To me, the leverage of being a ball player here, like you are now, and every classmate wants to talk to you, wants to have some sort of relationship, and I know that 90% of them are gonna have more leverage than you in 5 or 7 years. I just want you to strike. You know, we are going to build a very disruptive sports agency. We're gonna make more money off the field for these athletes than anybody has ever done, because we'll do a lot of small deals. We're gonna hustle. We're not just gonna rely on Puma, Reebok, Nike, Under Armour, and Panini sports cards. So it's gonna come to us in waves, but that's how, just personal relationships. The ROI of things like college are the people. People are the game in life. That's how life actually plays out. I'm all about you playing Fortnite. Look, I'm all about you talking to those girls on DM. I'm all about that, I mean it, but allocating time to leverage your moment, to understand what you're actually sitting on with the leverage of the brand that this has been created, that's something you can learn here that you can use for the rest of your life. I think that there's a couple ways to think about making money. You can make money as an entrepreneur and business person, which I've done. You build and you sell stuff, you start a business. There's also, you've got just enough level of fame to be you and make money. What does that mean? That means, and we can help you with this a little bit, can you get paid $2,000 to give a talk in the Northwest? That's where your brand most lives, right? Heck, I think Jalen might end up making more money post his playing career giving public speeches of being the first guy that signed with this new formed Vayner thing. Like we're really gonna change it. And listen, I got more money on a shoe deal from K-Swiss than 99% of the players in the NFL. You know what's tough is what we don't talk about now is post that last collective bargaining agreement, rookies aren't making that much money. You're making money. I mean, when you got nothing, hundreds of thousands is real. But you start getting, you guys, everybody knows the stories. You start getting those 47 phone calls. Jalen Reeves-Maybin, right? Linebacker from Tennessee, kid that we represent now at Vayner Sports, 4th round pick. His phone blows up when he gets drafted, 4th round. You know what the economics of that now look like? You know what's tough? You get to the league and you think that was it, right? You know it's not, but you still think it is, because now, high school, of course, you get to this, you got the fucking bullshit NCAA, so you're still not making bank. Now you're in the league, right? And you feel like at some level you've made it, but the truth is the money's not there until that second contract that can really get you to be like, whew, right? So the key is actually locking down in those first couple years and really being smart with those, making those right investments. Hopefully you stay healthy and get to that second deal. Same with entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
It's why I feel bad for athletes.
Right.
I used to think it was the best.
Right.
James Harden's gonna be done at 36 forever, the thing he was meant to do. Nick, I think one of the things that you can do is start becoming a practitioner and an executor in the place that you're passionate about. You're gonna kick out of football at some point, and what's gonna happen is you're gonna wanna go and do something. Being good at that actually matters. It's about not only networking and having relationships, but then you've got to be able to bring tangible skills to the table. And so that's what I would be doing, Nick. Now, getting deeper into your studies on the thing that you want to be doing post NFL.